Can I kick the door? I'm good. Kick the door. Police. Yep, she's dead. We got her. Police had just found the body of 29-year-old Shannon Hyatt. More than 30 stab wounds across her upper body, a deep slash across her throat, and the defensive wounds covering her hands. They told investigators one thing without question. She had fought back hard, but her killer wasn't on the run. He wasn't hiding. He'd already called 911 himself. I would like to turn myself in because I'm very mentally unstable. And what's going on there? I murdered my girlfriend. Sitting across from Chance Dano in that interrogation room, detectives would find themselves pulled into something far more disturbing than a murder confession, an obsession, and a secret he was certain no one would ever uncover. Looking at my camera, this is at 11:57 p.m. It's just very weird to me. What he didn't know, the cameras had already caught everything. In the early morning hours of August 29, 2023, 27-year-old Chance Dano called the Powell Police Department. The dispatcher had no idea what was coming. 911, what's the address of your emergency? My name is Chance. I murdered my girlfriend. You'll need to use forceful entry to get into the house. I plan on taking myself to the police station after this phone call. Do you want the police to come to you? I would like to turn myself in because I'm very mentally unstable. I'm worried that I'm going to commit by cop if officers come to pick me up. I need to go to the station, for my safety and the officers' safety. Do you want to go ahead and drive to the police department? I'll stay on the line. Yeah. That information went straight to Columbus authorities, who rushed units toward the address Chance had given. But as they raced to the scene, the dispatcher was already uncovering something that changed everything. Chance was still armed, and he wasn't alone. Do you have any weapons on you, Chance? I have the murder weapon with me. Are you able to leave that in your apartment? I don't want you to take any weapons with you. What is the murder weapon? It's a knife. Is there any way I could put it somewhere? There's a child in the home and I don't want him to see it. There's a child in your apartment? Yeah. I live with my mother and she's standing right next to me, holding me accountable for making this phone call. I just don't want my little brother to see it. He's only 7 years old. Can we put the knife on top of the refrigerator? Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to put the knife on top of the fridge. Don't touch it at all. I'm going to give my mother one last hug before this all starts. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to go to prison now. A child inside the house, an armed and unstable man who had just confessed to murder. The dispatcher's job now was simple and impossible. Keep him talking and keep him there. Are you in your car? Yes, I just turned it on. I can't really move my hand very well. How's your finger doing? Can't really move it. I'm pretty sure it sliced the ligament. Do you want me to send a medic to you? No, I'll receive all my treatment at the jail, please, and thank you. Where are you at in the lot? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I need to bring myself to you, and I don't want to be tricked into being picked up. I'm in my car. The car has started. I will not disconnect this call until I reach the jail cell and you have spoken with an officer. I am not a safe person right now. If guns get drawn on me, I don't know what I'm going to do. If guns get drawn on me, I don't know what I'm going to do. By his own words, Chance had made it clear he was dangerous and he was on the move. Dispatch worked to track his location through cell phone data, while units shifted course to intercept him. I left the apartment complex. There's a cop right behind me. I know I'm being followed. Tell him to just follow me to the police station. Can you just pull over and let him put you in the back? It'll make it so much easier. Chance, it would just make it be done right now. Okay. Officers intercepted him less than half a mile from the address he'd called from. Chance pulled into a Sheetz gas station, where officers made contact for the first time. Hey Chance, you hear me? Turn your car off. Both hands out. Put your hands out. Open the door from the outside. He cooperated. But the moment officers got close enough to search him, the blood soaking through his socks and shoes confirmed what he'd told dispatch was real. In the handle of the driver's door, you'll find car keys and house keys. Who do the house keys belong to? Shannon Hyatt, my ex-girlfriend. Are you injured at all, Chance, besides your finger? Little scratch, on the other hand. When did that happen? During the attack. If there was any chance she was still alive, every second mattered. While one unit transported Chance to the station, every other officer shifted focus, toward Shannon's home. She's dead, she's right here. We got her. Clear the house, let's go. Basement, somebody come with me. Police. She appears to be 10 to 18. Send a medic in. Blood in the hallway. There's a hole in her throat. Inside the home, officers found 29-year-old Shannon Hyatt on the living room floor. More than 30 stab wounds across her upper body. A deep slash across her throat. Blood pooled beneath her, spattered across the carpet and furniture throughout the room. Shannon was pronounced dead at the scene. He killed her. Oh my God, it makes me sick to my stomach. With Shannon confirmed dead, officers had one more location to clear. Fearing Chance may have harmed someone else before making the call, units rushed to the apartment where he'd been staying, where his mother Ashley and his 7-year-old brother were still inside. How are you, Mom? Can I just have you step out here? Is there someone else with you? Just downstairs. Is he awake? Is Chance at the police station now? We have him in custody. He went voluntarily. We just need to confirm he's okay, not hurt, not injured. Can you show us? Hey ma'am, is there a knife? Officers recovered the knife from the top of the refrigerator, exactly where Chance had placed it during the 911 call. Near the washing machine, they found a pile of clothing believed to be what he'd worn during his first approach to Shannon's house. And in a bedroom downstairs, Ashley's younger son was confirmed alive, still asleep, completely unaware of what had unfolded around him. Chance was transferred to Franklin County Jail, where detectives brought him in for questioning. They knew this was the most critical moment in the investigation. Without a clear motive on record, his defense team could argue psychological incapacity and potentially avoid a murder conviction entirely. Everything depended on what Chance said next. I had a major psychological break and completely lost control of my actions, which I know isn't an excuse. I need to pay the consequences. But basically, me and Shannon are going through a really bad breakup right now. Because I am unable to be honest, unable to not steal, unable to not take advantage of people around me. And I took advantage of her a lot. She's been making Facebook posts about our breakup. She's come after my mom. It's one thing to drag my name through the mud, but I just kind of lost it. That would be frustrating, having private things aired out publicly. All I wanted to do was communicate about it, but I'm blocked on everything, even email. She's been completely trashing my mom all over the internet, saying my mother's relationship is extremely inappropriate, implying that we want to have sex with each other. Are you serious? And then publicly saying the reason I date older women is because I have an Oedipus complex. She's only 3 years older than me. Chance's account sounded outrageous at first, but detectives were caught off guard when his mother confirmed it. Shannon really had made those exact accusations, publicly, for everyone to see. She's been just telling everybody everything. She told me she wasn't going to say anything about the theft because I paid her back. The only reason I took the money is because she took my debit cards. She didn't trust me with finances. I run out of money, Shannon gets mean, so in my mind, I just take the money, give it back before she finds out it was taken. I don't want to lie, I don't want to steal, but I don't know how to stop. And now I've killed. As the interrogation went on, detectives began to sense that the breakup and the theft were only the surface. Something far deeper had been building inside Chance for a long time. Back in the interview room with Ashley, the picture became clearer. She described how Shannon's behavior during the breakup had escalated fast. She was a problem, and I anticipated it getting worse. She no longer had control of him, and I think that was making her crazy, because she had a lot of control before. I moved back to Columbus just over a year ago. Chance had already been living here, and that's around the time he and Shannon got together. I'd only seen him a handful of times. She did not like me, and I don't know why. I felt like I lost my son. And then he came home a week ago, and I felt like I got him back. I'd been begging him to come hang out with his brother. It was so hard to get him away. There was an incident. His mother going in for surgery. He'd just had a vasectomy. And Shannon was still demanding to be the center of attention. There's no reason for somebody to kill because of that. There's not. But there were major problems. Shannon's social media posts had reportedly pushed others to monitor Chance and track his movements, pouring gasoline on an already toxic split. I have undiagnosed schizophrenia. I have auditory and visual hallucinations. I went to Wonderbus Festival this past weekend. I was working it, and I kept seeing Shannon everywhere. I'd look up at the road and think I saw her drive by. She's known about every single move I've made since we broke up. Where I'm at, who I'm with, everything. I was getting really paranoid. I thought she was stalking me. After the festival, Chance went straight to his mother's house. He woke her up and told her what he had done. Ashley's account of that moment was devastating. She was just shaken. She didn't know what to say. She didn't cry. She just immediately said, "We need to call the police right now. That is the right thing to do." She kept saying, "You had your whole life. Anything Shannon could have done to you, we could have worked through. This was not worth it." What Ashley didn't know, what she couldn't have known, was how far gone Chance already was. In the jail interview, officers learned he'd been off his medications for weeks. He didn't have any medication for the last couple of weeks. He was diagnosed bipolar, on Abilify, on Wellbutrin. He told me he was hearing voices. "I think it's important you understand. There's nothing you could have done. There is a million things I could have done. He's going to sit in jail the rest of his life. His little brother is going to have to live with what everybody in this community says about him. I love my son so much, and I cannot believe this has happened. I feel so bad for her family too. She didn't deserve that. But you can't control your kids. He's an adult. He made decisions. I know. I've done everything. He's been in and out of counseling since he was 4 or 5 years old." Back in the interrogation room, detectives pressed Chance on the timeline of that night. What had happened in the hours before Shannon died? "I was just driving around between like 11 and midnight. I drove by Shannon's house. I saw a van. It looked like someone named Matthew may have left. I didn't have the knife with me. All I wanted to do was knock and talk. But I drove by because I wanted to see if she was even there." "So you drove by? No knife? Around 11 or 11:30? "Yeah. I just drove by because I know this doesn't make logical sense, because getting a trespassing charge is far less severe than a murder charge. But I wanted to spend time with Shannon. I wanted to absorb her spirit and get some of her back." Surveillance footage reviewed by detectives confirmed it. Chance's car had circled the area again and again throughout the night, and the neighbor's camera had caught something else. "We have video from the neighbor's camera. It looks like you walked up to the house initially in a t-shirt. Does that ring a bell?" "Yeah. I think it was between 10:30 and 11. I was trying to work up the nerve to go to the door, so I just walked up and peered into the garage window to see if her car was there. Tried to see what room she was in without her seeing me on the cameras. Then when I left, I told myself, you need to go home. You need to give your mom your car keys and check yourself into a psych ward." "So at that point, you hadn't planned on hurting her?" "No. Not at all." But then the neighbor's camera picked up something else. At 11:57 p.m., Chance appeared again, this time dressed entirely in black. Man, I can see all this on my camera. 11:57 p.m. It's just very weird to me. And then a little bit later, it shows him coming back out. Something had changed between his first approach and that moment, and detectives needed to know what. "I saw Matt whenever I was actually just about to come around the corner to try and knock on the door. And did he see you at that moment?" "No, he definitely did not see me. He had his back to me, coming out the door. I got spooked and ran off. And I thought to myself, I should check myself into a mental hospital, because I'm not all that safe right now. But then, on my way home, I had this weird thought. If you want Shannon back and you can't get her back, you can take her life force, and then you'll be together forever." So I went home and I changed into all black. I grabbed the kitchen knife and prepared myself, and I went back to her house. I approached the front door slowly, and then I twisted the doorknob. She screamed, "I will call the cops," and I slammed my shoulder into the door twice. The second shove gave way. I didn't make a single noise. I didn't say anything at all. I just started stabbing Shannon. She didn't even realize what was happening until I'd stabbed her a couple of times. And then she said, "Are you kidding me? Chance, stop. Wait, please stop. I'm dying. I love you. I love you." And then she didn't speak another word. I don't know how many times I stabbed her. I know it's a lot. I also know that I cut her throat to speed up the process. The autopsy report later confirmed it. More than 30 stab wounds across Shannon's upper body, a deep slash across her throat to end it quickly. The defensive wounds covering her hands and arms told the story of how hard she had fought to survive. But for investigators, it wasn't only the brutality of the attack that disturbed them. It was what Chance chose to do during the next 3 hours inside that home. What did you do with Shannon's phone? I took her house keys and her phone after I killed her. I don't really know why. I don't have her password. I took the keys, screwed a piece of plywood over the front door to keep it closed, and went back out through the rear. Locked it behind me. Why did you board up the front door like that? To be completely honest with you, so our cats didn't get out. A moment of near domestic reasoning, in the middle of a murder scene. But Chance wasn't finished. There's a part of me that's very upset knowing she slept with someone else. The first thing she said after we broke up was she needed to be single for a while. And then I found something in her phone notes. I feel like I'm falling into the same patterns with Matt as I did with Chance. How did you get into her phone? It was her phone after I killed her. I'm full psycho stalker mode, dude. I'm going to be completely blatantly honest with you. The back porch camera at Shannon's house had already caught the aftermath. Her desperate screams during the attack echoed from inside the home, and in the hours that followed, Chance's shadow appeared and reappeared at the window again and again through the night. In one moment captured by the footage, a blood-soaked hand pressed briefly against the glass. Did you have sex with Shannon? Mm-hmm. At that point, she was definitely gone. Afterward. At that point, was she dead? Yeah. She had let go of what I presume is the death rattle. Did you feel aroused by looking at her? No. Not by her deadness. But I was still very sexually attracted to Shannon. How long do you think she had been dead at that point? She was definitely dead. Eyes dilated. She'd let go of what I presume is the death rattle. Completely limp. But her body was still warm. Why did you move her body? The front door was busted and her feet were about 1.5 feet from it. If I wanted to go in and out, there was a dead body right in plain view. So I rotated her 180 degrees, went outside, smoked a couple cigarettes. Then I disconnected the Wi-Fi to cut off her security system. You mentioned earlier that if you took her life force, you'd feel closer to her. What does that mean exactly? It's kind of like a Native American belief. Absorbing the soul when you kill an animal. And I don't know. I oftentimes, when I'm experiencing episodes of psychosis, think that I'm a god. And I kind of view people as things. I've never been violent to this extreme before, but I thought, if I'm God and I take away your free will and release your spirit, I take your spirit. I still feel like that. As we sit here right now, are you feeling like you're a god? I mean, yeah, I definitely feel that power as we speak. I just want to understand your state of mind. You're not objects. You're people of authority. I'm paying the price for human laws because I'm in a human vessel. But yeah, I'm definitely a god. I can make things happen. Well, clearly I can make things happen as I see fit. The ohm symbol represents the sound frequency recorded throughout the entirety of the unexplored universe. It's often referred to as the God frequency. It's a religious representation. Do you feel guilty? Do you actually feel bad? I feel guilty for taking Shannon away from the people who love her. I know a lot of people are going to miss her. I do feel that. Is that something you genuinely feel, or is it just knowing that society says it's wrong? That's a hard question, because I don't understand myself enough to answer it. Processing emotion is something I've always struggled with. I'm more of an analyze emotion person than a feel emotion person. I was losing everybody who ever cared about me to this relationship. I felt really wrong. I wanted Shannon back. And now I have her back. But I also wanted to take something away from her. The only thing I had left to take was her life. And so I did it. I stabbed her over and over and over again until she couldn't speak. And then I slit her throat open. At least her parents have some peace knowing the person responsible is in custody. No, I'm a very eye for an eye type of person. The only justice would have been if I was dead too. Maybe her parents feel the same way. It's something they're going to have to live with. I took their favorite daughter. I want to make sure you're safe as well. With all due respect, I'm a dumbass and a murderer. But I'm not someone who runs from my consequences. Before the interrogation ended, detectives gave Chance the chance to speak directly to Shannon's family. Is there anything you'd like me to tell her mom or dad? I think they would like to know how you feel about what happened. Tell them that Shannon didn't deserve to be a victim of my shortcomings and mental illnesses. and tell them that I hope the void I've created in their lives can someday not hurt as much as it does right now. Chance Dano was charged with aggravated murder, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse. In July of 2024, he accepted a plea agreement. On August 8, 2024, he pleaded guilty to aggravated murder and abuse of a corpse. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 31 years. He is currently incarcerated at Pickaway Correctional Institution in Ohio.